This is the wrist twist anti-sausage lesson, and I'm not talking about what you eat. Sausage is just fine for me, but the fingers, and those can turn into sausagey-like things when the joints are not bent. And if a player has the guitar way up here and sort of a classical position, it can get kind of sausagey, you know, like this sort of thing. And as you've seen in the previous lessons, I like to have the guitar, you know, it's not down here, Sid Vicious low, but it's sitting on my right leg, and it allows me to put my thumb over the neck and have the joints bent a bit, which gives me just a better grip on things in general, and allows me to also use the wrist to get from one string to the next. And this phrase we're about to play, it really uses this technique heavily. This is going to be a great way to develop the technique of using the wrist to get from string to string and not be playing with sausages, which can be, you know, you get all kinds of string noise or unintentional spaces. And so anyway, enough philosophy, let's play this thing. It's 16th notes, all using the very familiar A minor pentatonic scale. Our first note is E. And we're going to play 3-note segments. The first 3-note segment is we're ascending, going up. We do a hammer. The first note's picked with downstroke. Then we do a hammer on, so E to G, and then the last note is A. Again, this is a scale that I imagine most of you rock guitar players know already. So it's familiar notes, but the order is the trick here. So that's the first part. That's going to be easy. You just try it, like, we'll count it off and do that by itself. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, easy enough. Now we have the first challenging part where we have to shift to the next note, which is, whoa, that's from A, where we ended, to that C note. That's a bit of a journey. You had to skip a string from the high E string to the G string. So how do we do that? Take a look at my wrist. It's a little twist which pushes. Now, not only look at my wrist, actually check out my pinky. Now, I'm not using it during that part of the phrase. But see how, because of the twist of my wrist, it pushes the pinky up. Just another thing for you to look at as a visual reference. All right, now once you get there, you're all set up to do the next 3-note phrase. Again, you know these notes. They're all instead of A minor pentatonic, C, D, E, and then you've got your next jump. So again, the first finger is on the same fret, same finger, but a new string, and it's pretty far away, so you really have to twist that wrist to get there. Now, the sausage finger, just so you know, if you're like this, then it's more likely to lift the finger up and put it back down, and that's where noise and you know, those problems are in there. So that's why I'm getting you to do this anyway. And I just emphasize it because I see it a lot, and I'm solving your problems here. All right, so there's the next set of 3 notes, G, A, C, and there's your big jump with the first finger. Again, once you've got the first one, you're going to get all these. Again, that little twist of the wrist, put them all together, and then we've got, and we're going to end it with C, A. So it's smooth, isn't it? That's all the wrist. So check out my wrist as I do this. I'll do slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. second ending I'm going to do a little different, just a C note by itself. Giant finger vibrato, all of them together. Imagine if that pinky had to do with a vibrato all by itself. No. There we go. That's the stuff. All right, so that's the main part. Part two, take a breath, is this. 3, 4. More 16th notes. These are in a pattern of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't do it with my mouth, so thank goodness I've got a guitar. Let me show you the first 5 notes. The first 5 notes are all inside of the same scale we've been playing. A, C. Then we've got, so let's look at that. It's kind of a big jump again. We're jumping the other direction this time. So again, that wrist is moving to make that happen from A, C, all the way to that G note. Once we get there, we're going to go back to the C. And one more note, which is the A. Real slow. All right. I'm muting a little bit to keep those low notes tight. Now it's a phrase of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I loop that with no space in between, it creates an interesting emphasis on like. So we're going to continue that up inside the scale. The next one would be right in your square pattern in the middle of the pentatonic scale. So D, E, then your big skip with your first fingers up to C, go back to E, and then you kind of fold your third finger over to get that high D note. You put that together with the first one. Let me slow that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. And the next one is, well, this one is, again, same scale. You got G, A. First finger does that big sneak up to the E, back to the A, to the G on top. That's your 5 notes. Put that all together. The last one I'm going to do, I'm going to end it, so I'm going to phrase the end a little differently, but I'll start it off the same way. Again, we got the same scales, C, D, jump up to the A note, and then here I'm going to end it by going, let me see. Let me make sure I got it right. Yeah, I'm going to go straight up, A, B, C, and back down, and then have a little melody there with G, E, and then a slide, and vibrato with my giant finger. Oh, that's nice. 3, 4. But I hope you enjoy that one. Your wrist is really going to get a workout as you do those first finger jumps. I actually hesitate to call them jumps. I think of them as sneaks because I'm trying to stay low to the string to make it as legato as possible, no spaces unless they're intentional. And this tool of technique will help you do it. Thank you very much. Rock and roll.